Alright guys, in this video we're going to be going over 10 habits of happy people. Now, you can look at happy people and understand that they have these habits, but the important thing is to try to implement these habits into your lifestyle. So the first one is gratefulness. And of course, if you can wake up and just be grateful about something, you're automatically going to be happier. I mean, have you ever woken up and just went, today's going to be a bad day, bad things are going to happen, I'm not going to enjoy doing this task and that task, and I have to hang around these people? You're obviously not even happy at the start of the day, so how are you going to get happier? If you start your day with gratefulness and that positivity, you're already going to be forcing your brain to think of ways to be happier. Tip number 2 is optimism, and that goes with gratefulness. Optimism is having a positive view of the world and the future outcomes of it. Now, it's important to differentiate optimism from realistic optimism. And optimism is like over the top, almost blindly looking at things that they're going to be great. And realistic optimism is something that I think everyone should strive for. Having that counterbalance between things are going to be great, but we're also going to have to get work done. And if you can get those gratefulness and optimism together, that's already a great habit to start your day with. Just come up with affirmations. You know, today's going to be great. I'm going to get a ton of work done. I'm going to meet someone special in my life, and if I already have them, I'm going to care for them even more than yesterday. Tip number 3 is to smile a lot. There's a lot of psychological reasoning behind forcing yourself to smile, but if you can put yourself in situations that you know will make you smile, like going to the checkout and seeing that cute girl that you liked, that will make you smile. That's a habit of happy people. They love putting themselves in situations where they will smile a lot. Whether that is setting up a family reunion so you can see your family more often, or traveling to see your cousin, or like I said earlier, going to the grocery store to buy something so you can see that cute cashier. Tip number 4 is to have a lot of friends, and the important thing here is to have high quality friends. There's a lot of toxic people in the world, and the important thing is, and something that's very valuable, is to be able to look at friends subjectively and go, wow, this person is in my life for a reason, they add benefit to me, I love being around them, they're sticking with me for the rest of my life. And if you can make yourself have more of those friends, long-term friendships that last a long time and are solid and concrete, that will help you be exponentially happy, because friends have a lot of psychological aspects that help you network and be a happier person. Tip number 5 ties into that, and it's to weed out bad friends. Now, in your search to have a whole bunch of high quality friends, probably 80 to 90% of the people that you meet are going to be low quality, bad friends, toxic people that you need to get out of your life. And for some people, it's really hard to get rid of these people, specifically because they don't want to be seen as pushy or pushover or rude when they're canceling plans with someone. But that is needed a lot of time to make yourself better, to be happier, is just getting rid of that friend or those friends. And there is a skill to this. Tip number 6 is to take breaks often when you work. And I actually found this in one study that I read. What they did was they had people who didn't take breaks at all. They'd work for 8 hours straight. And then they also took people who took breaks like 10 minutes every hour. And what they found was the people that took breaks every hour actually had less working time, but they were happier and their productivity was boosted. And they actually got more work done than the people who worked the full 8 hours. And it's really interesting because when you take breaks, you start to it gives you that time to be grateful for stuff. It also gives you something to look forward to, and you can be optimistic about that. Tip number 7 is to set SMART goals. And I mentioned this in another video, so check that out if you want a better description of that. But basically, set goals that are achievable, that you can reach in a timely manner, that when you reach them, they will boost your motivation. And setting a goal should motivate you, but reaching a goal should bring you a lot of joy. It can bring you happiness. And that's one of the habits that happy people have, is they don't just go through life without goals. They set goals and they go, boom, I'm going to get that goal, and I'm going to get that goal, and I'm going to get that goal. And then each time they get them, they get more motivation and more discipline and more success with each goal. Tip number 8 is that when happy people get sad, what happens is they force themselves to learn something new. And I didn't realize this until I was probably 19 years old. And I went through some spouts of depression, and there were some times in my life I was sad and there were bad things happening in me. But what happened was I just started forcing myself to learn. I learned how to make YouTube videos. I learned how to play the piano. I learned how to go outside and make new friends. And what happened was having that creativity in your brain, unlocking those new neurons, actually can help your brain be healthier and in turn make you a happier person. So whenever you get down or sad or in a rut, one of the best things I can ever recommend you to do is to learn something new. Now, it's important to learn something new that you're curious about, because I was like, Yeah, I could learn something new about learning the guitar. I don't really want to learn to play the guitar, but the piano, man, that would be so cool to learn, and I was curious about it, and that drove me to learn it, and that got me out of a hard part of my life. Habit number 9 of happy people is that they take care of themselves first. So if you've ever been on an airplane, when they're going through the instructions and everyone's getting seated, they say, in the case of an emergency, do not take your mask down and try to help your children first. What they say is, put your mask on first so that you can help the people around you. And that's really important in self-development and personal development, and specifically happy people. They take care of themselves first so that they can help other people. You can't help other people if you're not happy, or you're depressed, or you're down, or even if you're financially broken, you can't help other people. But that leads us to habit number 10. Even though they take care of themselves first, habit number 10 is that they understand the value of helping people. And for me, one of the things that brings me the largest amount of happiness, at least in my eyes, is that I get to add tons of value to your guys' lives. Not only in multitude, but also in magnitude. Some of these videos I put a lot of effort in, and I know they reach a ton of people. But some of the videos I put even more effort in, but they don't reach very many, maybe 10,000, 20,000 views. But I know the people that watched that video needed that, and that it helped them even more. And that brings me a lot of value. So you have to understand the value of helping others. And that's something else. After you learn something new, if you're ever in a pit, or you're feeling down, if you're just feeling depressed almost, the first thing I would recommend is to learn something new. And if that doesn't help, then you need to focus on helping other people. And that's something that I've learned, is that when you help other people, it starts making you curious, it takes the focus off of yourself, and you're not worried about the internal cycle of what's going through your mind and worrying and stuff, and you're more worried about helping that other person, and it's more productive, and it makes you a better person because you're helping them. And in turn, all of this mixes and meshes up and can help you become a happier person. So we're going to go through a little review. Habit number 1 of happy people is that they are grateful. Habit number 2 is that they are optimistic. Habit 3 is that they smile a lot, either that they force themselves to smile or they put themselves in situations where they know that they will smile. Habit number 4 is that they have lots of high quality, valuable friends. Habit number 5 is that if they have bad friends, they acquire and learn the skills needed to get rid of them, or at least reduce the amount of them in their life. Habit number 6 is to take frequent breaks when they are working. Habit number 7 is to set smart goals. Habit number 8 is that whenever they get sad, they learn something new. Habit number 9 is that they take care of themselves first. And habit number 10 is that when they do, they still understand the value of helping other people. I hope this helped you guys.